Is this a secret cellar? And hidden in plain sight, damn near. Guess the greenhouse thefts had a more worldly explanation after all. Thought I saw you disappear in here. Well, if they're only flesh and bone protectorate, bullets should do nicely then. Oh. Seems I've stumbled into quite the shindig. You lot been hiding out in here all this time? Touch cramped, ain't it? Not very copacetic, are you folks? That was some slick talking. Can't believe you got them to surrender without firing a shot. I thought for sure we'd have to blast our way out of here. You've got me there. Nothing enigmatical about a trio of protectorate stowaways. Come again? Heavens to Auntie, you scared the living daylights out of me. It all started the other night. Saw a personage leaving the greenhouse, late. Figured it for Emmeline, but when I asked her about it, she didn't know what I was talking about. Happened again the next night. Gave chase that time, but lost 'em hereabouts. I turned a corner and they'd up and vanished. Saw you coming this time. Beg pardon, but I'm accounted for. No, I was. But not anymore. Sorry. Keep forgetting. Or maybe this entity only had the strength to manifest but briefly on this mortal coil. Communication would have proven too difficult for a being of pure information. Ectoplasm. Wait. Nope. Just taro excrement. Ugh. Shouldn't sneak up on a man like that. Good way to earn a bullet betwixt the eyes. Guess I should apologize for all that hullabaloo before. Just mistook you for another unfleshly manifestation. There's a first time for everything. Wait. You make it a habit of sneaking up on people so's they want to shoot you? Seems ill-advised, you know? You might be right. I'm reliably certain I do not want to find out. Look, I know how it sounds, like I'm a few crabbles short of a hurt, but just hear me out. Not very friendly, are we? Say, you must be that new gallivanter people have been burbling about. Kinda thought you'd be scarier. And taller, more or less. Maybe I'm not telling it right, but believe you me, it was downright uncanny. Strangest part is that foodstuffs have also been disappearing from the greenhouse since we took Fairfield. You think it's all connected? Seems a mite unlikely, don't you think? No one in Fairfield's going hungry. Why steal when they could just purchase food at Auntie's fair market prices? Oh, it's definitely an extra-normal entity of some kind. Simplest explanation. That sort of name-calling is unwelcome and uncalled for. If you don't want to help, then be on your way. No one nailing your feet to the ground. Huh. Guess I had this mystery all wrong. Small part of me was hoping... Nah, never mind. It's downright foolish. I lost a friend in the invasion. A good friend. Thought maybe all this was her trying to send me a message of some kind. Like I said, foolish. Can't fault your thinking there. Anyway, thanks for your help. You've spared me a fair bit of nocturnal worriment, that's for sure. I appreciate that. Never really talked about the direction of my thoughts on this topic with no one before. Wow, it's like I'm lighter. Thank you for everything. Truly. Guess it's probably time for me to let her go, huh? Been holding on to this pitchball card I bought for her, but... well, just take it. Dead can't appreciate sports. Emmeline will be pleased not to have to worry about her fruits and such going missing anymore. I'm practically a detective now. Wonder what other mysteries around here need solving. You sure do got a mean edge. Bet you're real cunning, too. Might be you'd have more luck sussing out the truth of these recent happenings. No offense meant. We are as the plan dictates us to be. It's all maths, right on down to our marrow, if you believe the OSI. Me, I kinda wonder if there's more to it than that. Could be a little of both, I'll grant you. I've been so wrapped up in my business, I'd barely notice a ship dropping out of the sky if it didn't land on me. Oh, wow, yeah. There's a frightening coldness in those eyes, ain't there? Not sure how I missed it before. Glad we could get all that settled. How's about I tell you now what's been going on? I'd appreciate your take on it. Huh. Guess I never thought about it like that. Growing up, my local vicar always made me feel a little sullied for doubting his preachings. Whatever butters your bread noodles, friend. Oh, I don't imagine there's some grand conspiracy or nothing. The founders were enlightened folk to have discovered the plan at all. But maybe even they didn't have the full bill. You must have seen that rift out there when you dropped in. Supposing that's also part of the plan. Maybe it's allowing for strangeness to happen, opening the door to new marvels. Sure as I am, there's a fine tale to be told there. I've got one of my own to share with a more pressing need to address. At any rate, the only thing I'm interested in picking up are clues, though I haven't had much luck there, neither. Think I'll pass on opening my ticker to a stranger. But if you're so inclined, I will divulge to you the particulars of a different mystery. It's just a thought, been percolating in the old cerebrum as of late. If that's how you feel, then boy howdy do I have a tale for you. Yeah, religion brings out a lot of strong feelings in folks. Anyway, what were we talking about again? Oh, yeah, manifestations, you know? You're a lot different from what I expected, given the surly demeanor with which you started our parlay. Bluntness for bluntness, then. I've been dealing with some unusual phenomena that's got me stumped. You know what'd take your mind off of whatever's ailing you? Helping me solve a mystery. Maybe that opinion'll improve when you hear the crucible I've been running. I've knocked on doors, peeped a few windows, respectfully, mind you. And I ain't spied anything more exciting than a chair. I certainly won't say no to having a fresh set of lamps on the scene. Just be careful. Hate to see you disappeared like that foodstuffs. Well, maybe. I still don't know all the particulars yet. But it's one theory. It's like I told the doc. I'm fine. The veritable picture of vim and vigor. Just following the clues, doing my job. Can't fathom why everyone's worrying over me all sudden like, right? It's all gotta go somewhere after we cash in our bits. Who's to say some of that matter don't stick around in one form or another? Yeah, we are all molecular machines and whatnot. I'm familiar with the 6 pillars of scientism. Guess I figured that was more open to interpretation than not. But then, a being of pure information probably wouldn't linger on this plane any longer than necessary. Too tiresome, be my guess. That's what my old vicar would have called it, too. Always did make me feel sullied for doubting. But how else would you explain the rift and all these strange happenings? Damn shame they wouldn't listen to reason. You did me a big favor here. I knew someone, or something, had been absconding with food from the greenhouse, but never in a million skips would I have guessed it were stowaways. She was. Yeah. Oh, that feels good to say aloud, even if it hurts too. Romantic entanglements ain't exactly encouraged between troopers, especially in the same division. Supposedly compromises our decision-making in the field. But I digress. Thanks for your help, and for listening to my languishments. Glad someone else might remember her now, too. Huh. Well, she always did wrench my funny bone with her pranks. It must seem woeful of me to be carrying on in this fashion, though, don't it? Looking for signs and such.